Is jou by die game in? Ooh, Matrix on the outside. No. Ooh, Matrix market stick
Oh,
Okay,
slidey, but good.
slight error, but we are back on the stream. Everything looks fine now. I don't know what happened earlier, but we are going to join in. I hear a lot of action, a lot of drama happening on the 5-lappers. So let's go join them.
Yes.
Let me quickly just get into the lobby. Then we will do our things. Ha,
Side by side.
Stevie, send me an email quickly, please.
Ek sien nie die stream aan my kant nie. Hoekom nie?
The modem is doing too. I think I'll show back again.
Say live is weer aan.
Yes, we are fully back in. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's see what we missed out. What is happening? We have fighting swing at the back. Magic's on the front. Okay. So wet
Yeah,
race.
Matrix made a on the second last turn. He went to the outside, made the move stick, and he overtook fighting. You want to do the introduction just quickly again, maybe email him?
We can do it off. Yeah, okay. So for everybody viewing, we had a small technical detail a few moments ago. The stream crashed. We have two drivers duking it out tonight. Each of them wanted to showcase what their true potential is against each other. We are racing the Informal series, which are 5-lappers on different circuits. Now, we've raced throughout the entire season now, and we are into the quarterfinals now, where 8 drivers go up against one another. So we have Fighting Swing and Attack Matrix against one another now. They are duking it out for position in the semi-finals. Yeah, we missed the majority of the race, but it's funny to see that Matrix is actually in the lead in a wet race. No, knowing the controller play is a lot aggressive on the sticks, but yeah, it's funny to see. And he just scored the fastest lap. Baba, what do you have to say thus far about this? Are you any bit surprised that Matrix is in the lead? Do you think it's a lot more experience on having driven more wet races? Or do you think it's just his aura tonight? What do you think fighting
I think
swings?
Matrix just came to take fighting down. I mean, fighting is one of our strongest races when it comes to the wet conditions. So I just think Matrix is on it tonight.
I was looking at, but look at that gap, 1.5 seconds. And yeah, in 5 laps, yeah, so it
Tracks coming on this.
should be a lot closer. Sorry, you can actually hear Matrix in the background here. It's going to join us shortly. Depending on how these races go, it's going to join us shortly in the commentating box.
Yes.
But yeah, dude, fighting is struggling tonight.
Yeah, but this is just the first race.
Ooh,
It's
ooh.
a best of 3, so
Oh, fighting with a big slip there.
oh,
Take into consideration the weather. It's obvious that there will be some slides and twists and bangs, but
yeah.
I think redemption will come in the second round for this match.
I think fighting got a little bit desperate just to try something on the last corner, but just to get close to Matrix. But at the end, he knew it was a risk, and yeah,
Yeah,
but Matrix was fast here.
a
If you look at the best time,
130. What's the normal lap record? I was like a 111 in our group.
111 something, yeah,
Yeah,
on
lapping,
the F1 game.
lapping 2 seconds in wet, and these are treacherous conditions. You can see it's almost time for full weights, and he did it on intermediates.
That but again, I think Matrix just came to slay, and he drove so well, not sliding as much as fighting, and I think that's what won him the race there.
Yeah, noted. Okay, so one board goes to Matrix. Fighting has 2 more chances to equal this out. What's the next track we have? Is it Bahrain on our next track?
Let's make sure. I think it is, yeah.
So Bahrain, Matrix told me earlier he is not that keen on Bahrain. So we have Stevie wet quali with softs. Ouch. Was that to the previous race or that's coming up? Was that your prediction?
That was to the previous race. We've missed it on the live stream, but just to recap, they did a one lap short quali in wet conditions on soft tires, and how they got or keep the cars on the track in that conditions is insane. So you must understand the type of level this racing is about. Any small error is like a giant mistake to them and will cost them the result of this versus campaign that they have at this stage.
Yeah, I mean,
Fighting has left the lobby.
Oh, okay. I'm probably waiting for him to join in a minute. But yeah, if you look at, like, it's not a normal race, it's just a 1v1. You have one shot, and one spin can cause you the entire race, or the entire championship, actually. And we were fortunate in the playoffs to actually have someone else to battle. So you have that DRS, that slipstream, that you can play with another driver. But if you slip, it's done. If you're out that DRS gap now, you don't really have a chance, an easy chance to fight back, to climb back. But
Yep.
I mean, we are seeing some of the best drivers in our league competing against each other. We're going to see in a moment after this. We have Turbo, who is one of our main rivals, actually. Not my main rival, but he's a scary person to drive against. He's ruthless, he doesn't give you any space, he just guns it. And if he gets a position, you're done. It's no chance you're getting it back.
It looks like we're starting the lobby. I think there was a problem. Let's just wait for that invite.
Okay. As you guys can see for the viewers, this is our current bracket system. We are going to have our semi-finalists, which are duking out for now. Fighting Swing and Matrix are currently... We're just waiting for the lobby to get started up again. Then they
Starting
will...
up, I'm gonna invite you.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Stevie, any comments about the previous race?
Well, all I can say is that it was close, it was quick, and I'm actually looking forward to a dry race, especially if it's Bahrain. You know, it's usually a dry race here, and I think there might be a few slips on the corners, especially in Bahrain. Certain parts that's tricky. It's not an easy track that to drive on, so meaning you need to learn it by heart to master it, which is also still difficult. But especially on this close combat racing between these two gents, I honestly feel that we're in for some hell of entertainment tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Gonna be insane.
Sorry, just seeing Matrix having some technical issues at the moment. He joined luckily. Fighting Swing also had technical issues. There's not this little bit of technical issues. So South African Wi-Fi for you, eh? But Baba, give me your prediction. Who do you think is going to take this one? After seeing that clean racing from both drivers, seeing Matrix keep it clean on the road, keep everything masterclass tight.
I really think I was betting on fighting, but before this race even. But I think with with Matrix's level-headedness and his lack of mistakes. He doesn't make mistakes. I think Matrix might take this round as well, and then if not, he's gonna take it in Hungary.
Okay, let's swap over. I see the drivers are getting queued up for the qualifying laps.
Yes, here we go.
Okay, who do we see here? Ooh,
Ooh, Matrix goes over the curb there.
okay, seeing this, we have Matrix in the lead. Bit slidey. He is using his battery a lot more. Oh, okay, see them close to each other. Fighting's been taking the lead there.
According to my info, Matrix still has the fastest sector 1, but fighting ahead
Yeah,
in time.
Yep. Oh, Matrix overtakes.
we are very close on times.
Yo, this is gonna be very, very close, guys.
I know for certain sector, heading into sector 3 is one of Matrix's fastest areas on Bahrain. So let's see if they, as I just
Fighting
said,
just across the sector 2.
yeah,
They're
but
switching over the whole time. This is gonna go to the line.
ooh, fighting that on the curb there. Now he needs to open up, use that last bit of ERS he has. As you go down the main pit, Matrix take it.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Matrix takes it, but by what margin?
but the thing is,
These
fighting,
guys are very equal.
I'm seeing a bit more mistakes on fighting. 14s.
Oh, yeah,
0.435. That is insanely close, especially in our league.
that is close, but I think fighting made a mistake somewhere because they were even closer than that.
Exiting sector 2, I saw fighting make a small mistake going over the curb, so I think he was cautious not to invalidate, and that caused him a bit more time than he expected to.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
here we go.
Here we go.
It's
Five
5
red
and
lights.
Baba, shoot us off there.
It's lights out, and away we go. Ooh, Matrix has a good start. Fighting already in the back, at the back of him for that slipstream.
Ooh, close.
Ooh, it's close, guys.
I was near a bit of touching there. Snowboard
Matrix had the
fighting
best grip going out there.
fighting on the gravel. Ooh, that's a bit. It's a strange line taking the off the track basically.
I fully understand is to get a wider entrance into that corner for a quicker exit.
Yes.
But Matrix is defending well.
Yeah. Ooh, misses his apex. Let's see what they do. Let's see what fighting can do. He's still in that 5-10 gap. So on if you can keep it close enough on the DRS sections, you can take Matrix. You can come on. I think you need like 14s on the first DRS section to overtake. I see him dropping a small bit here.
The thing is, for fighting, he has all to lose here. Matrix knows there's a third race, but if he wins this, he's automatically through to the semi-finals. So,
but it's
this
a
might get intense.
It's an ERS battle at the moment. I see Matrix sitting on just underneath 60% ERS, where I think fighting is a bit lower. So if the ERS comes into play now, how much will ERS actually able to help fighting secure this victory or secure the position swap?
Yeah.
The
Matrix is saving his battery.
ERS strat is actually pretty cool because fighting was on a hot lap for the first round while Matrix was just on a medium, and I see fighting is now regenerating for the initial attack.
Yeah, but I see Matrix.
Is going to be pulled by DRS now, so he can use less ERS and just save it up to make a move on the main straight.
You can see Matrix having to use a bit more ERS at the moment, just trying to keep fighting at bay, but he's not creating a big enough gap. Fighting is still in that striking range and is actually closing the gap bit by bit. And if he nails this next corner, he's in the perfect zone to strike Matrix on DRS section.
Ooh, he's not gonna make a move here, but he's gonna be close. This is not really a corner you can make a move into.
Ooh, a slide
But
to me.
Matrix
Ooh.
slided.
Ooh, Matrix made a mistake.
Oh, watch this close racing between these two.
It's going to be a race till the final corner, and then we're going to see this battle continue in the final straight.
It should smell like cinnamon.
We still have
very close.
3 more laps to go, and these two are giving us an immense battle. Let's see if Fighting can take it on this one.
Here comes DRS. DRS, the plain one for Fighting, and he's gaining.
Matrix is saving his ERS.
Ooh, Fighting is not going to go for a move here.
A bit slow.
There's another DRS straight coming up.
Yeah, he has enough Patrick.
You know what? I wonder. I think Fighting is playing a game here. I think he's going to stick to Matrix until lap 4, where he's going to take over or make a pass on the main straight, and then just the last lap he's just going to defend hard with his battery.
I think it is a good strat to oh, and I hit.
Oh, Matrix.
Thanks, thank you.
Oh, at least Fighting has a position back. Luckily, no penalties need to be awarded tonight. That's fine.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll even post on the group quickly. Fighting immediately gave back the place, and therefore no penalty.
Yeah, but that cost him a lot more time now. He's not in the striking range again.
Problem.
I think that just rattled both drivers now, having to think about just keeping it a lot more tight, a bit more tight at the end. Because you've seen how many times Fighting have come close to Matrix and not had contact, but we've not seen these two go wheelchair racing against each other. It's just one behind the other, and Fighting having to keep it clean at the end.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion that Fighting is using more downforce on this track than Matrix. Because if you take the look at Matrix ERS load on that straight, they barely touched it.
Ooh, is he going to stay? Ooh, Matrix has slight spin on the exit.
Yeah, that was great.
Fighting is ahead of Matrix.
Yeah, that was great.
See Matrix falling back now. But I do both start the same race, and we're coming up to the DRS section now. Matrix is just outside of striking distance. Let's see if you can nail this corner.
Yep.
A slight
nailed
bit,
it.
A bit hesitant, but
the thing is now Matrix is in his favorite sector of the track, so let's see if he makes that the time up and then go for a move on the main straight. I think that's what he's going to try and do, because the rest of the track there's no real overtaking possibilities.
you see Matrix coming up now. Just hanging behind.
He's surely holding back for the DRS detection zone to get him on the main straight.
Playing DRS chicken.
But Fighting did well on that section actually. Knowing what happened in qualifying, he nailed that section, but I think that's just Matrix's prime section at the moment. I see he did not use his ERS as well. So I wonder if he's waiting for Matrix's tire to go out and ooh, going a bit off track there.
Matrix, he's just gonna use that battery he has left to just defend now.
Fighting is both these drivers are playing a cat and mouse position, cat and mouse game, putting each other where they want to, where they don't want to be, forcing the driver to take a bit more wider line, a bit more off apex line.
Yeah.
Just force them to try and overtake on awkward positions. So yeah, now we're on the backstretch, seeing what Matrix is able to do and what Fighting is able to do with that huge battery advantage at the moment.
Yeah, but Fighting is low on battery now. Matrix is still on 40 and Fighting only has 20% left, so I think Matrix is just gonna dump his battery now.
I think Fighting is trying his last bit he can do. See there, Matrix putting everything out
Matrix
there.
has excellent defending here.
Ooh,
To the
ooh.
line we go.
Oh, this is gonna
Fighting is
Here's the
going to
best
take him.
exit.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. That
Oh, yes, there it is, but it was just
Oh,
not enough for Fighting
well done,
tonight.
gents.
Oh,
Well done, gents. Matrix progresses to the semi-finals. Won 2 races in a row, but that does not tell the story of these 2 races. These guys were excellent. They were close. It could have gone either way.
Fighting.
And your
You checked that fastest lap. They were on each other the entire time.
yeah, that's close, dude. You don't get closer like than that. Really,
Within a tenth of one another on the fastest lap. Oh,
dude, insane.
like I'm shivering.
okay. That was one awesome race we had with these guys. Fighting did sadly not show up tonight. He's proven to us time after time again what he's able to do, but I think the nerves got him a bit too much. And Matrix does had that confidence. You know, he's a married man now. He has that strength of confidence. Baba, what's your opinion about that race? Please give us what your honest opinion was.
You know, I think there was mistakes made by both drivers, but very, very minimal. And I really think it could have gone either way. Matrix strat the whole time. You can see the guy's just thinking on his feet the whole time. And yeah, I have to give it to Matrix. He just showed his experience in this race, and yeah, it was excellent.
So, I have to dab the man here. He came back from a honeymoon and he just showed us able to do it. So you can actually
honestly, I think if you could put Matrix in Fighting in that same race, you would get a different outcome each and every time in that Grand Prix.
Yep.
Times were so close, errors were marginal, and honestly, I think it just came down to the touch of throttle response, the touch of braking, you know, that split second or millisecond before or just after. It all comes down to as little as in the milliseconds. So honestly, I think it's a great racing. Unfortunately, it's swinging to another way for Fighting. But I honestly think if that race should repeat itself, it will be a different outcome each and every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
These two are
Very
so
true.
close that it's... Yeah, I can't say it any better. Thank you, Stevie. We're going to actually... just waiting for... if the next race has started.
Yep. Next qualifying started between Lucky and Turbo.
Okay, we'll be joining that in a minute. And we'll be pulling over Matrix as well, so you can give a bit of input on what happened during that race. We'll get everybody see here on the stream what the brackets were. And I'll show you guys in a minute what the new brackets looks like.
Lucky and Turbo's close in this quali. Yo.
Okay, there we have the updated brackets. Let's pull Matrix over and he can give us okay, let's go over to see what the guys are doing tonight. So, Turbo, Fox and Lucky. Turbocharged, Turbo Fox, whatever is... He has several names, so I suggest locally known as Turbo and Lucky Wolf. Silverstone is one of Turbo's best tracks. I believe that's the main reason he chose it. Do you think Lucky has a chance on winning this one, Baba?
To be honest, Lucky said a fastest or faster time than Turbo in the time trials earlier. We know time trials doesn't tell the whole story, but I mean, being on pace with Turbo at least gives him a chance because going into this race, Turbo obviously is the favorite as he has won this league, he has won races, where Lucky is very new to the league and to F1, the F1 game as a whole as well. So I'm really excited for this.
Okay, it's 5 lights and let's see what is happening. It is a lights out and away we go. Turbo having a good start at the front. Ooh, Lucky having the inside line, forcing Turbo wide. But since it's a more flowy and more S-like shape, SS track, if you have the inside line, it can quickly become the outside line, as we see happening right there at the moment.
So we are joined by Matrix and Fighting as we see the action on track. And Jen's excellent racing out there. Like I'm saying, Matrix won both races, but it doesn't tell the whole story. That was some excellent racing from both of you. And any comments there, Matrix?
From my side, good evening everybody. That was really fun, man. Like I have to admit as well, Fighting is an absolute gentleman. We came into Austria, I did not have a wet setup, and he gave me his wet setup so I can be able to at least participate. So if it wasn't for him, I definitely would not have won Austria. So that was really nice. And not only that, but also the racing. It was respectful, it was hard, it was fast, and yeah, it was clean as well. I loved it.
And yeah, that's good sportsmanship from Fighting there. I mean, wow, that's excellent Fighting. Unfortunately, I actually bet on you to win the whole thing. But like I'm saying, those two losses doesn't tell the whole story. You guys were close. It was good racing. Any comments from you, from your side?
I'm just a bit disappointed. I gave it my all, but obviously I can't win them all. Some days are just not your day. Other days you show up and you perform. So today was definitely one of those days where I had the pace of a matrix. But overall, I had great fun racing against him. As I said, hard, respectful, clean, just like I like my women. It was the best racing I could have asked for.
Awesome. So over back to the race. Actually, Lucky's trying to stay in that DRS zone, but he just can't get back into it. He's struggling out there now.
As I said, this is one of Turbo's best tracks.
Yeah.
Fighting, you can actually tell us a bit more. You were Turbo's previous teammate in our previous formal league.
I was his teammate in the main league that we raced on in Thursdays. We both raced for Ferrari the previous season. And although Turbo doesn't always have the best of luck here at Silverstone, this is one of the tracks where he shows how fast he truly can be. Like, not to take anything away from Lucky. I mean, Lucky is new fast, man. So I have to take my hat off for Lucky for trying to stay with Turbo. It's not one of the easiest things to do. I mean, I know how fast Turbo can be. And Turbo, he shows great tenacity like no other driver I know. So, Lucky really has to pull something out of his back pocket tonight to even stand a chance of winning. So, I'm hoping he can pull something out, but we'll have to wait and see.
Looking
I
at
actually have some insight to this race going in. Myself and Lucky actually spoke a bit earlier, and his great plan is, he said he already basically he chose Silverstone because Turbo already chose Austria, but he said, look, Silverstone might be difficult, but Austria, it's a shorter track, it's more DRS play, it gives him a bit of a chance. And then also the third race, which is Hungary, is one of Lucky's best tracks. So I think there's definitely a strat. It's not over yet. But yeah, like I said, Lucky is very new and showing this kind of pace already, it's excellent.
I'm just seeing the time gaps now. 3 seconds, basically 1 second a gap per lap.
Yeah.
It's something we've been experiencing a lot throughout the season, actually. Seeing the skill difference, the skill levels, basically, where we have your true midfield, your front runners, and your back markers. Baba and myself, we've been stuck as back markers for a while, but you've been improving a lot, actually. And we saw this exact thing happen last week on the shootouts, on the playoffs, where
Mm.
there was a 2 to 3 second gap after, let's say, 4 or 5 laps, even to what Lucky and Johnny were doing. So the skill level, it's not just we're all pro players. Like some of this is casual fun. And
Yep.
that's the entire bunch we have in this league. You don't have to be a pro racer. It's fun if you win, trust me. But you don't have to win. It's all fun. And each week, every time we race, the it's like an entire outing with your mates, everybody, and you're just talking about life.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. Like Thursday is basically it's a social event. It's the love of the sport. It's the love of gaming, and it's the love of your bro as well. So no, no, it's a complete package. It's also therapeutic in a way. So no, dude, I love Thursdays.
I have a
Unless
quick
Turbo
question.
bumps into you, then you can hear Matrix Rage like nothing else.
Yeah, then you can hear me through like 4 people's different Discord microphones, if not more.
Quick question for Matrix here from chat. Matrix, was that race so intense that you need to fill up with chippies afterwards?
Dude, the race was really intense. I also told fighting afterwards, actually during the race as well, that I'm literally shaking with adrenaline. Like I know everyone's watching, and it's only me and him. Oh, dude, I had some performance anxiety, so I had to fill up with chippies. I had to fill up with a coffee. But no, I'm happy, dude. This is a really fun evening.
And just quickly, the difference between you, Matrix, and you fighting, I believe both on console, but one on a controller and one on steering wheel. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
correct, yeah. I had a skill issue going into today.
Yeah, his wheel
Literally
wasn't
so
calibrated.
Yeah, my wheel wasn't calibrated. Matrix, you got lucky, man.
But that's the thing.
It's all laughter, but I actually do feel that I got lucky because I just came from my honeymoon. I haven't had time to practice, and I drove better tonight than I did with hours of practice, or with basically like into routine. So I had luck, definitely beginner's luck.
Wife showing him how the gear shift is supposed to work.
Hey, keep it PG. Keep it PG, buddy. Okay, but back to the race. We
But
see.
if you win on the first one, Lucky did his best. You know what? He wasn't that far off, and good effort from him. I also know that Turbo is very strong on his track, but I believe in the second race, Lucky will pull through. I'm not sure if he can take the victory, but I know the battle will be intense.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've got a few comments about Lucky actually. During last week, we spectated the race between him, Johnny, Babatunde, and Eddie Molam. And Lucky was on it, dude. He was, and the thing about Lucky is his aggression. Like he also doesn't practice a lot because he's also got like a very limited personal time. But when he steps out on track, he's just in tune. And
He
he's
makes a
got that raw
statement every
talent.
time.
When I started in this league, I didn't have to pace that lucky had, so I can only imagine how fast this man will be in 2-3 seasons from now.
Yeah, dude, and if he gets like actual time to practice as well, he's gonna be a monster.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Lucky, but he's been playing racing games his whole life as well. So F1 is just one of those next steps that he took, and we're very, very happy having him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can, while we're waiting for the guys to load in, we have our bracket showing. So the bracket system showcases the races we have tonight. We have Matrix taking the first W against him in fighting. As I said, it can go either way, but it's a different story now having Turbo and Lucky facing off one another. We have a clear, distinct, faster racer, more clean racing basically with Turbo, but he has been like that always in the lead. Calm, calculated, aggressive. Where, yeah, as I said, Lucky does not actually have all the time in the world, but let's see what they can do as we go back to racing.
Looks like the times are close. Both taking turn one now. Turbo going with that wider line, swoops in. That's gonna gain him a lot of time on Lucky here. Turbo again going for those wide lines. You have to be very careful not to go outside of the track limits, but he's just pushing that car around this track.
This is still going to be close, dude. I think maybe like 3 10s.
Yeah.
This is very close.
That's
I mean,
what I'm saying. This race is Lucky's time to shine now. He has it all to lose, all to gain.
oh, spin from Lucky.
Corner. But as we know, starting side to side quali is not everything, and I think on this track for DRS, you basically want to be second until the 4th lap, I'll say.
If it wasn't for that late bump by Lucky, it would have been within 3 tenths of each other, disqualifying. And what I like about Austria as well is the DRS zones. You get like 3, no, I think it's 2 zones, no, 3 zones, and they're all decent. Like you can really go for an overtake on all 3 of them.
Yep. So now we go to the race. Will Lucky be able to stay in Turbo's DRS and maybe clinch a win here?
Just to notify everybody, you can find all the links in the description of all the people streaming tonight, as well as all drivers. Please go drop a like, view the channels and support them. They also want to share their experiences on their own. This is just a compilation channel we have at the moment, but yeah, please go like and share everybody that is racing tonight, as well as everybody streaming these races.
Alright, and they're off.
Yo, this is gonna be close. Lucky's already going for the aggressive moves here.
Dion, mute it yourself.
Ooh. A bit too aggressive, I'd say, but nonetheless.
I like that he's not using his battery now, even though you would be tempted to. He's definitely saving up on it.
As we know, this is a DRS race.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be a DRS race. He just has to stay within that 1 second, and Turbo's already pushing.
We're seeing a bit more. I would say it seems like Turbo's making small errors throughout the track. Usually you would just run off from everybody, but he's making small mistakes. I don't know, maybe he's not, his tires are not up to temp, he's not hitting the grip levels he wants to have.
Lucky's got the DRS.
Yeah, but he went wide. He went very wide.
But it's still
Lucky's relying so much on his ERS.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make it difficult. Oh, it was a close one.
That's close.
So close. Lucky goes wide again.
Yeah, he'll have to
But he
check for
manages
those
to-
track limits.
He manages to keep in the DRS zone though.
Yeah, and he's closing up to Turbo, and that's the thing about this DRS zones. With 3 zones, you're not really out of it until you make a mistake.
Seeing go for these sweeping corners, just how close you are to the limit. Like, just a
That
bit
was
over
such
the
a
racing.
risky line.
Yeah. But he's
Usually-
using a lot of his battery.
Oh, good save though, good save.
Yo. Okay, at least he's still in the DRS though. He's gonna gain a bit. Yo. And he
Yeah, but
It's
very
just
old
about gets
on the
DRS again.
The only thing Lucky has to focus on now is just staying that DRS, less mistakes.
The thing is, compared to the previous race on lap 3, Turbo had a 2-second
Oh, he's
gap
got a
to it.
great drive.
Lucky is fighting for this one and saying, listen, I'm still here, I can do this. And saying, I'm not scared of you, Turbo, even though you have the respect of most drivers, well, actually all the drivers on the grid, on your pace and how fearsome you drive. I am still here, I am still in it. Well, but Lucky, if you can just get past Turbo, then we're going to round 3, which is Hungary. Sadly, did not get to see it in the previous race. Maybe here, but maybe later. Between definitely Jaco and Teddy are equally matched drivers. Will definitely go to round 3.
Sorry, gents. Turbo just had a massive moment there in the last corner. And I
Lucky doesn't
think
have DRS.
this might put Lucky actually in DRS again. Unless he had that slip like he did now.
And Lucky has to harvest, he doesn't have battery. This puts him in a difficult situation now. Unless the book makes mistakes somewhere, this might be over for Lucky.
Turbo extending that gap and burning off some ERS. He's now down to 13% ERS and regenerating now just to get that gap aid.
Yeah.
This is intense though. Lucky gaining a little bit again. But losing it instantly again. Oh, first line.
Want ons weer pas skoon hou. Excuse.
Just checking that DRS.
It's just outside
Good
it.
exit.
See, Turbo has 70% battery, so he's going to drain his battery the entire lap now to keep Lucky at bay.
Yeah.
And we see Lucky running out of ERS and just outside the DRS zone. It's going to be tough. It's going to be clinical about these next few corners to catch Turbo.
Yeah, but on this last DRS straight for the lap, he doesn't have it, and he's 2 seconds behind.
Dude, it's a whole different ball game racing these 1v1s. Like, your nerves are on an edge.
Oh, I can't believe, dude. I remember from last week as well with the playoffs between 4 guys, it was already intense, and Turbo takes the checkered flag to win and go through to the semi-finals. Well done to Turbo.
That puts Turbo into the semi-finals. It's actually sad to see Lucky fall out. It was a much more one-sided race, but I think if the bracket system favored Lucky a bit more, like say for example against Johnny, it would have been an extreme race. Even if Turbo went up against Emil at the moment, Otto's Buckle, it would have been a lot more intense. But looking forward, looking away from that, we still have those fights to come up in the semi-finals, and then for the finals, the championship actually. Not point-based, but bracket system-based, which makes it a lot more easy. Not like one driver can run away with the championship, but depends on that one race.
Yep. Yeah, this was insane, dude. It just shows you Turbo's experience as well. Like, the guy just doesn't. If he makes a mistake, he knows how to recover and still gain time. He just showed that again, and he was an absolute monster.
Matrix, any words on that race? What is your opinion? Do you think Lucky But unlucky with the bracket system, or do you think it was just filtering out our best drivers?
To be honest, Lucky did not get unlucky because he deserved that driving spot. And being in the quarterfinals, you are definitely one of the fastest guys. In Lucky's race, I saw his nerves through the controller, like the little twitches, the little run-off areas. That's all due to nerves. And that's my problem as well. The 1v1, so it's not a problem; it's a good thing, but it's so intense. So, but knowing Turbo as well, Turbo's so competitive. He's got crazy experience, and he's one of the best drivers. He's so fast, and that freaks me out now because, as far as I know, it's my turn next week against Turbo.
Actually, Matrix, you're on the left side of the bracket.
Oh, Addy's on the right.
Yeah, so you'll either go up against Teddy or Yaku, which is our next race.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for this next race. Yaku and Teddy is so equal to each other. Like, Teddy's got the experience and the race-based consistency. Yaku's got the one-lap pace. He's on the steering wheel, of course. Teddy's on the controller, and yeah, I think this is going to be an intense, close battle for the win.
Can we bring our Victor in here and just have a chat to him quickly?
Yeah, surely bring Turbo in. Let's hear what his thoughts were and how does he feel making it to the semi-finals.
Let's get him in here. Mr. Turbo. Hello, Turbo. Can you hear us there? I think Turbo's just out for a break quickly. Let's get Lucky in here quickly.
You guys hear me now?
Yes, there we go, Mr. Turbo. Well done on going through the semi-finals, man. Take us through your races there.
Honestly, Silverstone, nothing rude against Lucky. I actually was stressed a little bit more, to be honest. But he gave me a lot to think about in Austria. Like, I was honestly panicking for those first 3 laps. Like, I was properly like just dumping my battery every straight I could to stay ahead of him.
Yo, dude, excellent, excellent. And you both actually made a mistake going through out of the final corner on lap 3, I think. But you still showed that experience and still gained time on Lucky, and it threw him out of DRS, and there was just nothing he could do further.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I made that mistake, because I was...
Mr. Turbo, are you there?
Quick sec, gents, while we get Turbo sorted. So just a quick update on the quali. So both cars on intermediates, and I know Yaku for some reason doesn't like and he doesn't gel with China at all. So for him, this is massive pressure. But if I look at the quali pace between these two gents, they're actually not that far off. I think this is going to be an interesting race, especially in the wets. But if it's a dry race, I think we're going to be in for a treat.
It's fun to see because Teddy is known to be running a lot less downforce. He loves his speed. A slight slip there from Yaku. So it's going to be curious to see what the track leaves them tomorrow or the moment on the race day.
Mr. Turbo, you were saying?
Sorry, no, that final corner in Austria, when I lost it, I didn't look behind me, and I thought in that instance, damn it, he's got DRS again, now I'm screwed. And then the other guys in the Discord said, no, he made a mistake as well. I glanced up at the gap and I was like, I'm the one that got lucky right there.
You got lucky against lucky.
Yeah, literally.
Nice, man. Now I'm very happy for you, and all the best to the semi-finals, where you will be up against Johnny or Emil, which will be chosen in the last race.
Yeah, so I'm racing Matrix next week, right?
No, you're on the right side of the bracket.
Oh man, I'm racing Emil or Johnny. Oh crap.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
All right, Turbo, but we're gonna put you back to the league lobby, and then we'll get lucky in here.
No problem, man. See you, gents. Then definitely next week.
Yeah. I'm
Nice,
here for
Debo.
it.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, man.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Let's get lucky in here. And while we're waiting for lucky, looking at this race, Yaku and Teddy are close together. Within a tenth of one another. Now splitting 3 tenths. Yaku having advantage in sweeping corners, as Teddy does not have the downforce. But seeing how this track is a good mix between both heavy downforce and low downforce, if you
Yaku
see,
going for a move now. They're side by side. Fuck, this is intense.
oh, they're close. Yaku going for.
Let's
Oh, slice spin.
Oh, Yaku at the
Yaku
moment.
makes a mistake.
Oh no, that costs him.
Oh.
That will cost him dearly.
Oh,
cost him dearly.
no. Oh no.
Let's see what Teddy does. It seems like Teddy's slowing down a small bit.
With Yaku having the full track for himself, I'm sure he will gain immensely, especially because his ERS is on 100%, and I think Teddy will be relieved of pressure and just slow down a bit, just to ensure that his tires doesn't overheat, and just to make sure that he's also on a safe pace to not make any errors or mistakes.
Seeing
Yeah.
split to 7-second interval, 7.16-second interval. Yaku decreasing it bit by bit, but using a lot more battery than Teddy have to, since due to that low downforce setup. We're going to see Teddy lose a lot more time now in the sweeping corners, as Yaku has a lot more comfort going through them, knowing he has the grip, knowing he has the downforce, knowing his car will stick when he wants the car to stick.
Teddy's also struggling at the small moment in turn 1. Although he took purple sector purple sector to the first sector, but I think Yaku will gain very soon.
And gap is still staying. It's actually going a bit more to 8 seconds now.
Yeah, I mean, Teddy's just finding that time right now, and I think Yaku's tires would have overheated from that spin.
Dian, is jij nog bij ons? Dian. Excuse, is jij nog bij ons? Oh,
Yaku obvious with much more downforce than Teddy.
Oh,
Helping
nee,
him in
100%.
sector 2, but
Excuse,
I think he will lose out now here in sector 3 again.
Mr. Lucky. Not yet.
We see that 8-second gap staying at 8 seconds at the moment. It's sad to see. Like, one spin can cause everything, cause the entire race.
Yep. Lucky, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Nice. Lucky. Unlucky for you.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Lucky got unlucky, but yeah, unfortunately you got turbo from the wheel spin. I know you instantly feel defeated, but you came with your A game. Silverstone wasn't easy. Austria, you were on it until that one mistake.
Yep. Yeah, that one corner made me lose 0.5 of a second, and that gave me without the RS, so that's why Turbo got ahead of me. But yeah, I'm overly impressed because Turbo normally is 10 seconds ahead of me, and being within 2 seconds in the race, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like we were saying, you are one of the rookies of the season, and I mean, you are just showing up. I mean, like Matrix also said earlier, being in that quarterfinals already shows that you are one of the fastest guys in the league. So, yeah, just well done on making it to the quarterfinals.
Thank you. Where's the British press? I don't see them around here.
Sorry, there aren't any praise here. That's a go. But for all the viewers, curious, we are still starting. This is our first official stream of this channel. We're doing Informals, which is 5 lappers. We had entire season of 5 lappers to determine our playoffs, our bracket system, which are currently having our quarterfinals, playoffs for semi-final positions, We currently have Yaku and John and Teddy Bear battling out. Yaku having a small moment in the first few laps and giving away Teddy the entire track to run away with it. So thus far we had two playoffs. We had Attack Matrix and Fighting Swing, and our previous one, Turbocharged Racing and Lucky Wolf. We will recap in a moment what happened there, as we have our current previous racer with us.
Yeah, so Lucky actually, we had a playoffs last week where there was 4 guys racing against each other. We have a link ready from Turbo Stream that we can also post, and if you want to go and watch that. So we were 4 guys. The top 2 has the last 2 positions in the quarterfinals, and Lucky won the whole night and was just on exceptional pace. Pace, sorry. I was thinking about toothpaste for some reason, but yeah, Lucky is an exceptional racer.
But yeah, everybody, as Mr. Babatana said, we have the links in our description. You can check out all the other drivers, their channels and their Twitches, the Twitch streams. Please go like and support them. View the channels, so they do post F1 content. I know a few of them do post other racing related content, and some just having fun on their own. So please go join them. Please have fun there, support them, and I hope you guys are still enjoying the stream tonight.
Awesome, awesome. So this race is coming to an end right now. Teddy looking like the favorite here, unless he makes a mistake, but I don't think that will happen. Unfortunately for Yaku, he had that mistake, and it cost him dearly.
We see Teddy extending that gap from our initial 8 seconds, well actually 7.5 seconds, to 9.7 seconds at the moment. So a 2-second gap made in, 4 laps?
Yeah.
That
was actually more, he went over 10 as well, but Yaku managed to claw that back a little, but yeah, it's still staying there now.
But still, as we've seen throughout this entire series, as we've seen with the as with the playoffs, anything can happen. Next race, Yaku can show up and Teddy could have a horrible race.
Yeah.
As you've seen, Baba, you in several races last week, Australia giving them a run for their money and taking the fastest lap, having, in Qatar, being able to stick with them, and just small mistakes causing you. And then for myself, back in Brazil, the final race, where like anything can happen. It was said the entirety of last week, anything can happen. And here as well,
Yes.
especially between Yaku and Teddy, they are so closely matched up to one another. Anything can happen. Teddy takes this one with a commanding lead at the moment. But see, look at the time difference per lap on the fastest laps. We can see the next race. Yaku can show up the next race and take this. The favorite at the moment is Teddy, but it's not for certain that it's his race.
But now you should also not forget that we're going to Silverstone now. Yaku with that wheel through Maggots and Baggots will have the smoother driving, so it's going to be a good one.
Totally agree with that. And just a quick one again, Yaku, like I mentioned, is not prone to perform actually on China, and staying actually within half a second on lap performance is actually not that bad. And if you take into consideration, apart from his spin, with that close battle, if there's a DRS zones and he was in that DRS zones, we would have seen a closer battle between Teddy and Yaku as well. But honestly, I think that every track has its pros and its cons, and every driver has just their set track that they perform on, and on certain tracks not. But again, with Yaku on the wheel, I think, like you mentioned, Baba, Great Britain, Maggots, Baggots, I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, and it's also DRS. It's all about the DRS here.
See if we denken.
Not as much as Austria, but yeah, if this one goes to Yaku, we will see our first tiebreaker of the night.
And I mean, we've seen Jaco actually perform on Silverstone. When he joined the series, Silverstone has been a race he's really good in.
Yeah. No, certainly. But yeah, we'll find out in a second, because I think this is going to be close.
Okay, we are going to head over to the qualifying and see what these two have in store for us. Stevie, give us a race prediction.
I think if all goes well, grip-wise, throttle-wise, Yaku might take this one, and I actually want to predict that we're going to the third and tiebreaker race, and I think that is where all guns will be drawn, everyone will go to the max, and I think that will be the proper race that we're looking forward to. If Teddy and Yaku can keep it close and clean in this race, I honestly think that we're in for a treat again. But yeah, I think the pace will be with Yaku in this one. Teddy, by all means, he's got lower downforce. He's also quick. But I think in Sector 2 and Sector 3, Yaku will make up that time.
Yeah. No, certainly. As we go... But like I'm saying, guys, qualifying isn't everything. Because you start side by side, quali doesn't mean anything. It's all about staying in that DRS and making your overtakes and limiting your mistakes and just gunning it.
Apologies for the viewers, we had a slight technical issue there for audio. At the moment we see Teddy Bear in the lead of this qualifying, but let's see what the time gap is. There's a 121 currently for Teddy, and what do we see? Yaku slightly behind. I think Yaku might have made a small mistake. Yeah, that's a... Oh.
Let's see the time difference of this. Yeah, Yaku made a big mistake somewhere. Let's hope that doesn't happen in the race. And Yaku drives a good race, and yeah, that we actually go to a third race.
That's good.
This might be mightily close.
Okay, we are just waiting for the lobby to start. We will see these two line up next to each other in a moment. Stevie,
There
shoot
we
us off there.
go. En is ligtyd en is fok of tyd. Sorry for that Afrikaans, but it's lights out and away we go. Both with some massive wheel spins going to turn 1 side by side, turn 2. I think it's gonna get close. Who's gonna outbreak who?
Yaku.
Oh,
Yaku.
look at that switcheroo.
This wheel to wheel racing.
Showing some mastercraft here from each of them. And Teddy is down a 4-10th gap. Will his low downforce actually allow him to pull back?
Yeah. Yeah, Teddy loves this low downforce setups. It works for him.
Teddy taking a wider angle at that entrance, but is at the back of Yaku. He's taking him in a moment.
As we go over to Meckets and Beckets, what's gonna happen here?
Both ERS percentages close to each other. I think Yaku just has to keep it together, and Teddy just waiting for that mistake to take his opportunity.
The thing is, Yaku has to drive a lot more defensive, since he knows what Teddy's setup is allowing him to do. Since we have these long sweeping corners, these long straights, Teddy can carry a lot more momentum through them as well. It's on these slow corners that he gets caught out. And since those that doesn't really have slow corners, he has the upper hand. Oh, but a slight error from Teddy there gives Yaku
Teddy had a moment.
Gives Yaku the gap and the breathing room he needs. As you can see here, Teddy just staying in that DRS gap, looking for a moment where Yaku just makes a small slip up. But Teddy is clawing his way back to Yaku. With the DRS open and the low downforce, he gets two tenths in that one straight.
Yeah, remember guys, these two always races against each other on a Tuesday and on a Thursday night, so I predicted this is going to be a very close race, and Teddy's just managing to stay in that DRS.
The thing is, Teddy get the advantage of the slipstream in the straights, but the moment they hit the corners, exactly now here in sector 2, he's going to need to back off and drop away, because that wake is just going to give them the turbulence air, and he's not going to have the downforce and grip to go in that corners with speed.
Teddy is closing up here. Is he going to go for it? Yaku defends excellently, takes the inside. And Teddy just managing to stay with him for now.
Oh, and these small areas
Yaku at the moment.
These small areas are causing Yaku. You see if Teddy's taking another fastest lap. It's just causing it slightly, but see, even if he has fastest lap, Yaku just needs to defend. His main goal isn't to pace Teddy, it's just to defend. And he has the downforce, he has the ability to make that car wider than it actually is at the moment, since he can take his corner with a lot more confidence. See Teddy going for a move.
DRS, yeah.
Ooh,
Teddy goes off. Teddy goes off.
Was that?
Did he get some dirty air there?
I don't know, but
I think it might have been dirty air. But the thing is, can he catch up? Both have the same amount of ERS. Teddy obviously deploying his ERS now as a hot lap.
Yeah, he's trying desperately to get into back into that DRS of Yaku.
You can see him taking a lot more risk, cutting corners, risking the penalty basically, just to get into that DRS zone again.
He's not going to get the DRS advantage here, but he has that low downforce. But he's actually not gaining a lot of time.
The race is still long, but I do believe and I hope that we're going into the third race for this tiebreaker.
Yes. I predicted this will be close, so I mean, that would be a good story to tell afterwards for both of these gens. Doesn't matter who's going out.
We can see even without DRS, Teddy is still able to gain that 1/10 in just the main straight.
Yeah.
But Yaku's driving safe. Yaku's driving safe, hence why he's making sure he doesn't overcorrect or that he's too quick on a throttle response. So he's trying to keep it safe and keep it on the track.
We can see
Yaku's
Teddy
making time small bits at a time.
We can see Teddy making marginal errors and really risking a penalty from the stewards at the moment. And we know how aggressive this year's game is, F1 24, especially with penalties. Even if you're just touching the line, it gives you a track limits infringement. And we've seen, I think, 2 infringements already from Teddy. He's really risking another penalty. If he gets a penalty, he needs to make sure to overtake Yaku and get a 2-second gap to secure this win on Silverstone.
Yeah, for sure. Yaku actually didn't make a lot of time there. Not as much as I thought he would. Teddy's just facing him right now, and if Yaku makes one small mistake, Teddy's back into that DRS.
I think Teddy will catch the DRS, but I don't think it will be soon enough for him to get that overtake done.
Yes, because as we know, Silverstone, even if you have the DRS advantage, you have to be close to actually make a move into a corner.
But looking, we are on lap 5, 1.3 seconds. That is just out of the DRS zone. I think Yaku takes this one. And we've seen how quickly a small error, a small spin can cause you a race win. We've seen from both these drivers now what a small error on the 1v1 races can mean to. we are for the first time actually going. If Jaco can keep it safe now, we are for the first time actually going to a mandatory third playoff. And it's the
Teddy
first,
within DRS. He's keeping that pace, but dropping in, dropping out of DRS. Teddy's also putting a lot of strain on his tires in desperation to get in within that DRS zone.
let's see if Teddy is just out of range to even attempt a dive bomb. We know Teddy is famous for sending it down the inside and causing another a racer driver to just say, "Whoa, what was that?"
And Jaco takes the checkered flag to win this race, which means, Stevie, we're going to the third race for the first time tonight.
Woohoo! I'm actually quite excited.
It's
very
more racing.
excited.
It's more racing we get to see from people driving
Yes.
amazing. Like, look at those fastest
Actually,
lap.
Teddy took the by 0.003. Teddy takes the fastest lap. These guys were on each other's times. If it wasn't for that mistake of Teddy, this would have ended very, very close.
We are
But
seeing
yeah,
a
we
few.
actually saw mistakes from both drivers in the two races, which costed them their positions. So let's hope for a clean race without mistakes for the last one on the Angara ring, and these guys just racing each other flat out.
Stevie, if you can focus your attention to our comment section, one of our viewers have a question for you. Mossy, for those not knowing, is my current teammate on the F1 Informal League. He has not been able to attend for a few reasons, work-wise, as well as the birth of his first child. We give him all kudos. Being a father is not easy, and especially with a newborn. We hope to see him shortly in the Informal Leagues as well.
Yeah, and we hope he gets sleep soon as well. Terry asking if we can start round 3. Yes, let's go.
You can see, Baba, looking at the screen at the moment, we have our bracket system, Matrix and Turbocharged securing the semi-final positions. We are in the process of seeing who can secure. It's come down to the final race between Jaco and Teddy to see who can secure that semi-final position and who will go up against Matrix for a spot at the championship lights.
Yes. So the winner of this race will go through to the semi-finals. No questions asked. Who will it be? Who will come out on top? Who will have the bragging rights of making it to the 4Q Mate Informal Championship semi-finals?
The other interesting thing that you should know, if you take the qualifying of Silverstone, Jaco was off about 4 seconds due to a mistake in qualifying, and his race was pretty much flawless. There was no mistakes where he lost that amount of time. And just to keep it composed in a race, you can actually take the trophy at the end of it.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
But as we said, this new format we're trying out, it's not just a normal season. We are setting out to see, under pressure, who can perform the best. And we will actually might be able to see a wildcard appearance, even between Emil and Johnny in upcoming races. Even now, these two are both wildcards, and we can see anything happen in the semi-finals as well as the finals.
Yep.
Jaco was ahead for a slight moment, but unfortunately with that spin and a lack of traction, he lost out in qualifying.
Yeah, this is one of the tracks. If you didn't get pole, you just want to get a good start because overtaking is not as easy through the corners. Your only real overtaking opportunity is on the main straight when you have the DRS. Yaku's still with the mistake, not far behind, but I think he would have chosen to have pole here.
I think the big moment here will be turn 2 to turn 3 on Hungaroring. But yeah, it all depends on a breaking point in turn 1 and who launches better.
For sure.
And it's a wet race.
Ooh, this might get interesting now.
2 wet races for these two. Knowing Yaku's lucky is not one fond of the wet race and Teddy running a low downforce. It's both drivers' enemy driving the rain actually.
Yeah, which means we will have no DRS battles.
Okay, with lights off and away we go. We have Teddy with a good start. Yaku just closely behind him, seeing what these two can do in the first corner. Yaku taking the inside line, having a bit more traction seeming like that Teddy has.
Both
Teddy-
All
drivers
about the
giving each
exit.
other a lot of space there. You love to see it.
Teddy going off track, risking a spin basically. But these two going wheel to wheel, swapping positions all throughout. Teddy with a slight spin, Yaku back next to him.
Yaku kind of has to pull out of that one. It's a very risky overtaking zone, that one. But these guys are close.
Yaku risking a track limits warning on the corner exits. Teddy as well. I'm curious to see if we might actually see penalties awarded in this race, since it's in the wets and both drivers aren't as comfortable as they are usually.
Yeah.
And Hungaroring is especially a track that needs a lot of focus, especially in the wets.
But you know what as well, Yaku on the wheel, he's driving manual now. He had practice in the rain. So with that manual, he'll short shift into on the straights to get that traction and just go. So I mean, I think even with Teddy, if he is running a low downforce setup, I think Yaku would make up time in the straights here. Let's see.
He is catching Teddy in the straight, but he's thinking he's driving cautiously on the corners, very cautiously. Teddy is a bit more aggressive on the exits. We'll see if that's to his advantage or to his disadvantage, as a bit more wheel spin can cause a lot of time loss.
Yeah.
Just a quick one for the chat and the viewers. Because it's a wet race, there's no DRS. So if you get the opportunity to overtake, you need to make sure you're even closer. So you won't get that advantage if you're within a second time gap of the driver ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Teddy almost made a big mistake there. Yaku's gaining back a little bit of the time he lost. But again, like you said in Molem, Yaku's very cautious in the corners now. But Yaku's making up time.
He's still within that 1 second range, jumping between 8/10 and 9/10.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a few corners back. He was 1.5 seconds back. So I think Teddy had a few instances where.
I understand what Teddy is doing. He's going slow into a corner with a quicker exit, where Yaku dives into the corner and he loses time on the exit, but makes the time going into the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it caused Yaku to actually take a wider corner exit. It may be causing. I mean, both styles work. You see, the time gap is exactly about the same that we had since lap 1. It's now been 2 laps later, and the time gap is still just underneath that 1 second range. Going a bit over now, but I see both drivers have found their grip. We'll see what lines they should be taking. As we can see, actually, dry line starting to form a small bit on the track, and you can see the drivers are feeling it. They know where the grip levels is. They know where they drive. They know where they can push, which corners are safe, which corners aren't safe.
But again, Yaku was making time here in this section of the track. But then he loses it going into sector 3. So I mean, I think both these drivers just have places on this track. They just push their utmost best because they know the limits. But as you can see, both just sliding a bit.
I mean, it's a wet race. What's to expect it? And Hungaroring, especially even in the dry race and dry conditions, this track is tough. It's hard on your tires. It's tough to manage, and it's really difficult to choose your moments when to push, when to strike. And so we see Yaku going off slightly. I think that might just cause Yaku's race.
Yeah, he's falling back a lot now. This one looks like it's going to Teddy unless he makes a mistake going into one of these slippery corners.
Teddy having a slight snap there.
I think Remolem after this race, let's just get Yaku in first because Teddy will be setting up the lobby and then we can get him in afterwards.
100%. See Teddy going off. The thing is, Teddy should be careful. He's had a few warnings already. If he makes a mistake now and Yaku is still in a 2-second range, Teddy might actually lose this one.
Yeah. As you see, Yaku just making more mistakes at the back. I think he's pushing that car very hard now, and this track is not ready for that. I think Yaku's only hope is just to keep it on the track now and hope Teddy makes a mistake on this last lap. But
yeah, but seeing Teddy set the fastest lap again, that's his comfort zone now. He's in a flow state where he knows how to drive, what to drive.
Yeah, he's leading by 3 seconds. I mean, he can back off and just do whatever he wants right now.
Yaku took fastest lap 3, which is interesting.
Yeah, they were actually quite pacing on each other's pace at one stage. So.
Oh, and Yaku had a moment there. Oh. I think Teddy knows it is now.
The frustration that he took out on his wheel. He knew that was the moment.
Oh, Yaku, that's heartbreaking.
It's not the way you want to see a title decider, basically, or semi-final position decider.
But I must say, Teddy's showing once again experience in the wet. Obviously, there is some slips and stuff, but that happens even experienced races. And he just keeps it on the track, and he's just confident in that car right now.
But again, just remember, this is the third race between these two gents, eh?
Yeah.
Usually it was decided by the second race. So for Yaku to actually push Teddy into the third race for the decider, with the mistakes, it's still competitive. So, unfortunate for Yaku. Well done for Teddy for taking the win. But Yaku can lift his head high. He did his best and he actually took the challenge further than any of the other drivers did in the 2 previous races.
But looking at the difference between skill level, these two are so tightly matched, they forced mistakes from one another, actually. Where previously you didn't see, between fighting magics, we saw a few moments where forcing each other bit wide, causing them to take another line. Where, for example, in Turbo and Lucky didn't have the pace to force him. Here, both drivers had the pace to force one another and causing those mistakes, and one and the other one to just say, listen, oops, need to be cautious, oops, need to be cautious.
Yeah. Alright. So I think Yaku is having a chat maybe really quickly, but let's interrupt his chat and drag him to our lobby here. Mr. Yaku.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Mr. 360.
Yeah.
Mr. Yaku, heartbreaking, man. This is heartbreaking. You had such good pace out there. Just unlucky, dude. Really.
Yeah, Baba is a very good driver. Baba. Teddy is a very good driver. Yeah, and I knew it's going to be close. I think the rain caught me out in the last race. I think it would have been a little bit different if there was no rain. I don't know how Teddy feels about it, but yeah, hello Teddy.
Hello, Terry. Well done on your win there. It was very close, these two races. Unfortunately, on China, Yaku had that moment as well. And but Terry, you showed your experience today and just kept calm in the wet conditions. Well done.
I didn't keep calm because Yaku was on my booty cheeks on the lot, like the first 3 laps. I made just one mistake.
Yes.
Then you were like, eat my
Hoor dan
butt.
check die steeds as je audio en alles wat ek ingeadd het.
Still like, you know, on edge the entire race.
But well done, gents. That was quite the quarterfinals to watch. Our third race of this night, and you guys just gave us a show there. And yeah, Terry, well done. You are through to the semi-finals, and you will be up against Matrix next week.
Okay, so next week I'm getting knocked out. Thanks everyone. Makes it gonna wipe the floor.
Matrix klim op die Discord.
But
Op die Discord.
Thanks, yeah, thanks guys. That was fun.
Yeah, but Yaku,
Teddy,
you're
Teddy.
untouchable. Yes,
Kan jy nie?
Dear Emil.
yeah, Mill's quite silent right now.
Yeah, so I'm just doing a few things here.
Oh, okay, alright.
This is actually going to be Emil
And Johnny.
yeah.
Okay, we are heading for the visa. We are heading into the qualifying. This is our last bracket race. We have Arjus Buckle and Johnny de Villiers going up against one another. As I said earlier, anything can happen tonight. Johnny de Villiers is a newcomer actually, current teammate of Turbocharged. He is fighting against Emil, which is quite a wild card. Fast driver, but very questionable techniques that he used to drive.
So actually, Emil or Arjus Buckle is the most successful informal championship driver out there. He has won the most seasons as well. So yeah, Johnny, I think he's feeling a bit like under pressure, but I think Johnny can be a dark horse tonight, to be honest.
Sure.
For all the viewers tuning in, this is our last bracket race of the evening. We're gonna have. Is Teddy still with us in the channel?
Yes, I am still here.
Teddy, we have your next semi-finalist rival in the chat as well. If you guys want to sign off on something, telling us what you guys feel for next week and what your current thought was this bracket to determine who will go up against Turbocharged Racing.
Okay, and me, Matrix. If I win
Hello.
next week, I want Orania visa.
Dude, I'll try and hook you up. I know some people with on your visa.
That's all I want. If I win, I want a visa. I want green card.
No, that sounds like a good idea. But the thing is, I also want you to live in Rwanda though. So I might sabotage my own race. So if I lose, then it's due to sabotage, not due to skill issue.
Get some gremlins in on the server.
Yes. And of course, like we all know, Urania is of course surrounded with soldiers and a bunch of like sentry turret guns and stuff. So I think I know people controlling the sentries as well. So when you get close to Urania, that they won't automatically lock onto your vehicle. Yes. It's preferable, you don't really want to get shot at by a sentry and like a bunch of soldiers and stuff.
Thank you guys. Can you guys just give us a quick recap on what you guys feel about the start between? Actually, the qualifying was quite close between 14th of each other. Johnny
Yeah,
rocking up tonight and saying, "Listen, Emil, or just like, I know you're fast, but I will show you I'm more competitive."
If Johnny can stay in the DRS zone, this should actually be a very good race because I know Johnny does also likes running low downforce setups as well.
so I think RJ's buckle votes Donald Trump 2025. He's, as you can see, someone of great political knowledge. The way he cuts across that field, he just cuts all the funny rights off. And so I think he's not the guy that's out there for killing squirrels. If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I believe as well. He's also said that if he does win this championship, he's going to build a wall between third place and the rest of us.
Yeah. Yes, but if Johnny manages to somehow knock out Emil or Argus Buckle like he's known in game, it's gonna be, I don't know, there's gonna be a lot of chats, dude, and a lot of hype surrounding him.
Yeah, I mean, like you can see he's behind him right now, and he's actually catching him without
Yeah.
DRS. He's going to get DRS down this next straight here, so we're going to see what's going to happen now.
This is a difficult part of the track, dude. And as we see now, Trump is running away. Just got out of. Oh, actually, Kamala Harris has the DRS. Yeah. I mean Johnny got the DRS. Yeah. Right back
He's
into
been a
1
pretty tense
second.
down the straight, but yeah, with the DRS.
Sure.
Yeah, but like, he's going to lose it now.
I mean, and that's what you get when you have unregistered voters.
Exactly. They might get deported.
Yo, okay, but Johnny's losing some time right now.
Looking at the telemetry,
Mew must have gotten tough lips to call ice or something.
To call what?
To call to ice or something to take away like the time, like like the illegal voting, the illegal time.
so for all the viewers, what you guys are experiencing now is what happens in our normal chat lobbies, our chat rooms. If I ever found out what you actually do, be for sure
There's a
someone.
more censored version as well, so.
Headlines will be written in the issue books if the chat would actually be leaked. But getting leaked, let's see. Johnny is leaking his battery at the moment because he's not being able to catch Emil or just buckle, or just being able to keep that 1.4 second gap. And it's just running away.
Yeah.
It's quite a healthy gap as well, because if
Yes.
Emil does one small mistake, like he's gonna lose the lead. Like if he misses his braking point, he goes wide from it. Like Johnny is gonna be right there behind him to catch up his mistakes.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris, sorry, Johnny doesn't lose a lot of time as well.
No. Yeah, like she's not making any mistakes. He's not making any mistakes as well. Like he's driving really faultless. As you said, if Trump somehow manages to make a mistake, then like he's there to pick up the pieces.
It's just Trump's race to lose.
I mean, like he's holding onto his weak as he's driving down the straight here.
Yeah, but like, what is their second track? Does anyone know what? I've got it here. So they're on Silverstone next.
Yeah.
Seeing Silverstone is a clear favorite for the drivers. Because it's such a well-known track, people often... It's an enjoyable track as well. So it's not one you really practice, but you just drive for fun. And I think that's the main reason. It's a majority of the league's best track. Except we have a few psychopaths where they prefer Monaco. Historic track, but yeah, for the newcomers, it's hard to stand track.
Silverstone is a track that's very nice on a wheel, especially on the S's. I think why most of the people like Silverstone, most of the people on the wheels like Silverstone.
Yeah. That's what we were actually discussing earlier, Yaku, that you would be more confident on Silverstone than Teddy because of the wheel and the smooth driving, especially like corner the S's, maggots and baggots. You had the you had confidence there, and we
Yeah,
could see it in the time you actually made up on Teddy through there.
yeah, that's why I say I think special tracks like Qatar and all that on the wheel is awesome, and Silverstone is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Stevie,
But
you are
yeah,
quite a
Teddy's.
moment. Stevie, what's your current thoughts? We are in our first race on Bahrain between Johnny de Villiers and Odgers Buckle. Emil having a 2.7 commandable lead. Johnny just staying in that race was losing small bits of time, small errors. Stevie, what's your current opinion or your view or your favorite option for the upcoming race on Silverstone?
You know what? Honestly, I've been spectating Johnny, and you know what? Taking on Emil Klaassen or Onias Bakker, it's you know what that's a massive task. So his stress levels and that adrenaline rush is going to be immense. But he's pushing himself beyond his limit, and you can see it actually. There's some small mistakes that he's doing, and that's why he's dropping some time. But I almost want to call this race set and done, but I think there will also be redemption in the next race at Silverstone. You can see Johnny has overworked his tires, he's sliding into the corners, he's sliding out of the corners, he's just dropping back. But also, I don't believe this is one of his favorite tracks, and it's also a hard track to master.
Yep.
Seeing the time gaps at as current, comparing the time gap from the bracket playoffs we had beforehand last week, where Johnny and Lucky made it through and they are competing now for semifinals. Lucky dropped off on about the same time gap per lap. And as we spoke of earlier, the skill level or the skill diversity, you have these tiers, you have your front runners, your midfields. If we are able to put Johnny, Lucky, Terry, and Yaku into a five-lapper, it will be close racing, where, as you will see in the semifinals and hopefully in the finals as well, where Emil is most probably going to go up against Turbo now, if he keeps it clean for the next race, as well as if he wins the next one, he's through to the semifinals. We will see this a tier bracket disparity come into play and how it waters down to pure skill and talent.
Yep, for
Yes,
sure.
dude. I'm looking at both Johnny and Audius Buckle's time now, and I'm trying to compare it with both me and fighting in the bracket that we had. And dude, I'm so impressed with Johnny there. Actually, like at the end, as TV said, his tires got overworn. He was really pushing that car to the limit, but his time was so fast, dude. He was right up there with Audius Buckle for like I think 3 or 4 laps into the race. Did really last time. It was like a top 5, top 6 worthy time if you compare it to like the really fast guys in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, this was impressive. I think Johnny didn't end too badly going up against Emil Klaassen. Like I said earlier, Arjus Buckle is our most successful informals driver out there, winning the most leagues of any. So with Johnny being one of the new guys, actually keeping pace is excellent.
Also, Emil is one of the few people that can compete toe to toe with Butch as well.
Yep. Yeah. Turbo's left. Let me maybe just send him an invite there, because I know you want to finish his stream on his side as well.
Okay, we are heading into the qualifying. Teddy, your prediction. Do you think Johnny would be able to take this one on Silverstone?
Very close. Yeah, but
We
I'm
know.
leaning more towards on Johnny's side here. Because Johnny has the pace to do it. If he can put together his perfect lap, he can overtake Emil at this
Yeah.
track.
And Johnny's actually leading the quali so far.
Yeah, so if he can pull together his best sectors, he will get pole position here and hopefully carry that through to race as well.
Oh, dude, I'm switching between them now, and they are neck and neck, dude. They are literally on each other at the moment. But Johnny's doing so well. He's driving perfect lines. I'm really impressed with his performance.
I'm lucky I didn't get matched up with Johnny because I would have lost that through and through.
So for the viewers not well informed, this is our informal league where we do 5 lappers. We have a formal league where it's 50% races, and we are paired up with each other driving the official cars. These are our own custom cars. Johnny de Villiers is actually a current teammate of our previous race, being between 2 races ago, being between Turbocharged and Lucky Wolf, where Turbo is a mentor for most of his teammates. We saw the fighting, we're seeing it now.
Johnny just lost
This
it in the last
close.
set of corners. In the last set of corners,
Yo.
Johnny just lost it. I think he
This
might
was
have just
close.
braced a tad bit earlier, carried just a tiny amount of less speed for that last
Yes,
set.
dude.
Yo, look at that time gap.
Look at that time.
Look
Yo.
at that time.
3000s, dude.
This might be close, gents.
Yeah,
This
that's
might
gonna
be very
close.
close. I'm excited for this one.
If both of them can keep their nerves intact, dude, this is gonna be a change of position by every DRS zone.
But Matrix, do you think with Emil being one of our fastest guys and Johnny being a wild card here, do you think Odge's buckle is actually shaking right now a little bit after that performance?
Dude, like to be honest, I think in the previous race as well, there was a few odd twitches from him, and he's usually a cool cucumber under pressure. So you never know, dude. And
Johnny takes the lead.
well done, Eve. He took the inside, but Argus he just pulled through, dude. I'm so impressed with Johnny. He's doing so well.
Johnny having a slight oversteer there. Just trying to keep it safe.
Yeah, he just needs to stay in the DRS. That's all he needs to do now. No mistakes can be made right now.
I mean,
Baba, to get back to you with your question, I don't think this is necessarily Argus Buckle feeling the pressure. I think this is Johnny just doing an amazing job. He's overperforming.
Certainly. And I mean, if Johnny makes a statement out here and he beats Argus Buckle, there's gonna be talks. There's gonna be big talks around Johnny.
the thing
And
is,
actually,
is driver
about Lucky
mockability.
as well.
Both drivers have shown, since we are nearing the end of our formal season, which will actually start streaming soon on this channel. For all of you, you can actually go check out underneath all the link for all the drivers streaming and driving. Please go support them. But what I say is, Johnny and Lucky have gained a lot more driver marketability for the next season.
Yep.
So they're a lot more favored as teammates to secure that team championship, as well as being a teammate to maybe score the championship next season.
Yep, for sure. As we see Emil just breaking that DRS, can Johnny fight his way back into this race?
Johnny lost a lot of time through Maggots and Beckett. I'm not sure if it's due to dirty air or if he's not confident enough through those aces. But Emil made a time through Maggots and Beckett, and I think the results will be now here in lap 2. If Johnny can pull through there, he will definitely gain on Emil.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like he's losing any more time, so I mean, somewhere he just needs a miracle right now just to get back up there.
And Johnny risking a penalty with track limits at the moment. But we've seen it time and time again, the difference between race pace and one lap pace.
Yep.
And a few of our drivers have fallen ill to this, not problem, but it's a matter of having time to drive. And we are...
Johnny almost lost it.
Yeah.
Yo, he lost a lot of time there.
I almost lost it around that corner.
It was a good recovery.
It was.
2.5 seconds. He's gaining time. He's clawing bit by bit from Emil. But we see the ERA's management come into play in a moment. Since Otto's Buckles was able to break that ERS cap, he's able to regain and store a lot more energy compared to Johnny, where Johnny has to pace and has to use that battery to get back in the DRS gap.
Matrix, I just wanted to say, right? If you're still with us.
Yeah.
You know, you and Fighting Swing, the first race that was very close, you two are like the gatekeepers to the midfield at this moment, right?
Yeah.
I
But
I see that Lucky and Johnny might join you guys very soon up there because the
yeah.
level they're racing at the moment, you're insane, dude.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I think between me and Fighting Swing is definitely someone who's closer to stepping up from that gatekeeper role, you know, up towards Big Boot, Arduous, Turbo, Raggy and them. Whereas with me, I feel like I'm stagnating. You know, I just take that role and I'm keeping it. But I definitely agree with you when it comes to Johnny, Lucky, them, the level they are racing at, the performance they delivered last week, what they're doing now is really special. I don't know if I'm able to keep up with Arduous Buckle with less than a second per lap. So no, Johnny's definitely he's got great potential, and same with Lucky.
But I think before they're gonna get there to that gatekeeper level, I think Yaku's gonna join that level first because, like we've seen, Yaku basically started on the same time as myself on the wheel, and he's outperforming me in the league. And I think just a little bit more experience, especially in the wet conditions, will get Yaku up there as well.
I've got a hot take here, and I want both Stevie and I want Eddie Molan and whoever else is in this chat to let their thoughts go as well. So the topic of conversation is Baba Tunde. So also, you know, like you said, you just started off getting rhythm with the wheel, but I mean, what even happened with the last race in Qatar? I couldn't shake you at all. I was only managed to shake you after the pit stop. You were so fast, you were so constant, and you're actually getting regular big points now. So with Yaku, with Johnny, with Lucky, you were also in that bracket.
Dude,
So
the only thing I started doing right is, um, I know like Jarno Opmeer, he drives different lines. So
yeah,
I'm literally bench watching his videos and just copying his lines at the moment and his
sure.
gear ratios and when he shifts, when he downshifts, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way I'm going towards. I'm going like I want to basically adapt Jarno Opmeer's style of racing and his
And I mean,
aggressiveness as well.
that's great. So you're putting in the effort as well. So your work ethic is definitely showing good results on the track. But you know what changed? You know, back in the day when you were on control for top five driver due to your consistency, and I mean with consistency is basically not crashing and basically having a good race. But now that is not good enough anymore with the league. The
Hmm.
league standard is so high at the moment. You need to be fast and you need to be consistent
Yes.
to really get good points. So if you get points in this league now, then you are good.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm just aiming for that top 10 at the moment.
I think one big dividing point is tire management. And ever since
Hmm.
24 introduced the ERS management as well, you as a new driver or a midfield driver, you have to balance so many balls at once. We are not comfortable yet with everything. You have to worry about your tire, your fuel, your ERS, how when to attack, when to push, your dig. It's from it is hard to get to that level. Whereas a lot of drivers had, we can see the more experienced drivers are at front. As we can see, Emilia or just Baco taking the win by a big margin. Has a lot more experience in it, so he knows when to push, when to do what.
Ah,
This was
Yeah.
a nice race between Johnny and Emil as well. So I guess we'll just leave now and go to the other
yeah,
chat to allow them to talk.
Yeah, cool.
cool. Thank you for having us,
Oh,
gents.
thank you, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
cheers. Thanks, James.
See.
Okay,
Right. Bye.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yo, guys, this night. But I think next week, the race 1, Matrix and Teddy. I think Matrix will take it. No questions asked. But then, for event 2, we have Turbo and Emil. The guys that always race each other. That's gonna be insane to lose one of the fastest drivers. And it's just gonna be insane.
Yes, looking at the current standings here. Zach Matrix versus Adrian Teddy Bear. Matrix is a lot more favoured driver in that matchup. A better possibility of him winning. And then Turbocharged versus Archer Sparkle, as you said, it's sad to see that happen, but what's your predictions for the finals? Give me your prediction.
Finals, I'm going Matrix, obviously to take the first semis, and then for the other semis, I'm going with Turbo to win.
You going with Turbo?
That's a very interesting one.
Emil, what's up? Johnny, well done, guys.
Thank you.
Well done.
James, that was beautiful. Congrats.
Thank you.
Johnny, I just want to say well done, especially on the Silverstone qualifying. I mean, that was very, very close, and you just showed up tonight. Well done, dude.
Yeah, it was fun.
And yeah, Emil, well done. You've been good as always, consistent as always on that wheel of yours. And yeah, next week it's you against Turbo.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
That's gonna be the main event of the night as the last race as well. So I mean, yo,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
excited.
it's almost the final before the final, you would say.
Johnny, you live with Turbo actually, right?
Yes.
I expect of you to give him like massages just to keep him in the race.
But see,
okay.
now Johnny was able to grab a bit of intel on how Argus Locker drives to give a bit more information to Turbo to prep him for next week. It's going to be a tough matchup. We are definitely going to the third round. I predict that we are going to the third round. It's going to be insane.
But Emil, you and Turbo always have battles on Thursdays and on Tuesdays, so I mean, this is gonna be business as usual for you.
And it's always very on the limit.
Yeah.
So
It's
it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I really can't wait. And
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
But Johnny
yeah.
did really well. Johnny, that was, especially in Bahrain, you were almost in my DRS, and then you actually, I would almost consider that your pole position in Silverstone as well. Because you were 2/10 up on me in the first sector. That was very, very unexpected.
Yeah, the middle sector, I had a small snap, but yeah, that was it. So yeah, thank you. I really didn't think I'm gonna pull that lap out in Silverstone. Yeah, I enjoyed
But
it.
Johnny, I mentioned earlier, I think you and Lucky are gonna be as new drivers as well. Soon you guys are gonna be up there with the gatekeepers like Matrix and fighting, even competing against Raggy and Emil and Turbo. So yeah, all the good luck for the future. We've got the F2 Championship coming up as well, and I hope I'll see you there.
Yes, I'm very
Definitely.
excited about the F2.
Yeah,
Same.
it's gonna be close. It's gonna be
Yeah.
very much closer than even these F1 races we're doing now. So
Yeah.
So,
But thank you guys. This was an awesome event. I
Yep.
really enjoyed every bit of it.
awesome. And thanks for you guys for showing up and always being there.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Over.
See you guys
Cheers.
next week.
Cheers.
No. Thursday. Cheers.
Thursday, yes. Yeah.
Cheers.
So
Cheers,
for all,
cheers, Johnny.
Cheers,
For-
cheers.
for all the viewers watching, thank you for watching up until now. It's been a long stream. We've had few moments, we have a lot of drama, we've seen close racing. Thank you for sticking through to the end. This concludes our quarterfinals. As you can see, we have our semifinals up next week. We have one matchup, a bit more one-sided, and one matchup going to be very close. Please tune in next week and enjoy the time with us as well. Baba and myself will be back. Stevie is going to be back as well, hopefully. And we will have the same format, putting the drivers in, hearing the opinions, hearing the comments, what they feel, what they did, and what their outlook is, their predictions for the finals, basically.
Just a quick hot take on that. So Baba gave his prediction for next week, and I honestly think Teddy will step up. I think it won't be an easy match for Matrix, so he won't be just able to run away with that fight, and it might as well be a free race, so it might be a triple header as well for them. Yep. And then between Turbo and RDS Buckle, you know what? I'm also very excited for that. Obviously, it's going to be a close race, and a small margin of error will actually be the key difference between winning or losing that race. But I also think it's going to be a triple header going through to all three races, and then the final. I think we might be in for a big surprise. I know it seems like it's going to be easy pickings between the two final contestants, but obviously there's always a spare key in a pocket or a trick or ace up a sleeve, so it's something to look forward to.
Yes, no, for sure. And yeah, we'll see what's the track selections for next week as well. We'll probably work on that tomorrow. We'll have a whole announcement and everything, and yeah, I hope to see you guys all for next week's semi-finals, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
So thanks so much, guys, and yeah, have a good one. See you guys hopefully Thursday, and definitely next week. So cheers.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers.
What a night, yeah, she's not wondering, you know what I mean? It's Friday night, we're chilling alright. Me and the boys just keeping it tight. We grab some brews, shoot the breeze. But later, man, we all need some Z's. Ain't no shame in what's coming next. We grab our teddies, ain't no complex. It's comfort, bro, don't make it weird. Just hugging these bears, no fear of a beard. Touch a teddy bears tonight, no homo, on his right. Snuggling hard, but we're straight, bro, no need to fight. It's just some plush, ain't nothing too deep. We all need some softness before we sleep. Touching teddy bears, it's all cool. No weird vibes, just follow the rule. We're tough as nails, we lift and grind, but we still need that cuddle time. You know it's chill, don't even trip, just a teddy bear, it's not a relationship. My guy's got muscles, don't test his might, but at night, yeah, he's holding it tight. Fluffy bear in the crook of his arm, ain't no shame, just that nighttime charm. Touching teddy bears tonight, no homo, it's alright. Getting cozy, but we're bros, don't make it a fight. Fluffs for comfort, nothing more, ain't no feelings that we explore. Touching teddy bears, don't judge the scene. We're just unwinding, know what I mean? Yo, we bench press 300, climb mountains real steep. But a man's gotta sleep, man's gotta sleep. Ain't no roses, ain't no romance. Just me and my bear, in my sweatpants. Touching teddy bears tonight, no homo, it's alright. Snuggling hard, but we're straight, don't make it a fight. It's just some plush, ain't nothing too deep. We all need some softness before we sleep. Touch your teddy bears, bro, it's fine. Nothing weird, just that bedtime shine. So here's to the bears and to our crew. Soft and squishy, we still keep it true. Touch your teddy bears tonight, no homo, it's cool. Ain't no big deal, just following the rule. Yo, We bench press 300, climb mountains ends real steep. But a man's gotta sleep, man's gotta sleep. Ain't no roses, ain't no romance, just me and my bear and my sweatpants. Touching teddy bears, don't touch the scene, we're just unwinding, know what I mean, yo. We bench press 300, climb mountains ends real steep. But a man's gotta sleep, man's gotta sleep. Ain't no roses, ain't no romance, just me and my bear and my sweatpants. Touching teddy bears, don't touch the scene, we're just unwinding, know what I mean. Yo, we bench press 300, my mountains go steep. But a man's gotta sleep, man's gotta sleep. Ain't no roses, ain't no romance, just me and my bear and my sweatpants. In my sweatpants, in my sweatpants. Ain't no roses, ain't no romance, just two teddy bears, don't judge the scene. We're just unwinding, know what I mean.